Oh, what a wonderful quarterfinals day we've had so far here in Odense at the YONEX Denmark Open. 3 terrific matches. Next up is women's doubles, and then to finish off this evening's play we have men's singles. Well, disappointment for the Danes in the first match in the mixed doubles, delight for the Danes in the third match, the match we just witnessed with the Olympic silver medalists Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen coming through in 3 thrilling games. And of course Denmark representation in the last match this evening. But next up, as I say, is women's doubles, and it features the number 3 seeds Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi, and they're up against the Korean pair of Jang Ye-na and Kim So-young. Well, this match is from the top half of the draw, and women's doubles, I can tell you, is the only discipline where all 8 seeds have taken their place in the quarterfinals.
Number 3 and winner of the 2014 Japan Open, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi.
So the silver medalists from the recent Asian Games, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi, Japanese pair who earlier this year won their first ever Super Series title at their home event in Tokyo. Here their opponents, the number 7 seeds from Korea, Chang Ye-na, the left-hander, she's leading them out, and Kim So-young. Chang Ye-na, of course, silver medalist at the World Championships in Guangzhou last year, playing. Now, what on earth has happened to her? Injury problems we saw at the end of last year for Hae-won. No, we haven't seen her since. I do hope she's all right and making a comeback. Well, there you can see the defending champions, Bao Yixin and Tang Xinhua, the number 1 seeds, beaten in their quarter-final by Reika Kakiwa and Mayuki Maeda of Japan. So, will it be an all-Japanese women's doubles semi-final? Or will the Korean number 7 seeded pair, Chang Ye-na and Kim So-young, manage to get through against the higher seeded pair here, the Japanese Matsutomo and Takahashi? So the number 3 seeds, well, beaten finalists here at the Denmark Open 2 years ago, and they lost out in the final to Margin and Tang Xinhua. And there you can see Ayaka Takahashi on the left as we look at them, 24 years of age. Her partner a little younger at the age of 22. Number 3 in the world, they have been as high as 2. And they are currently, I can tell you, number 1 on the Destination Dubai ranking list. Well, what a match they had yesterday against another Korean pair, Jung Kyung-eun and Kim Ha-na. Dropped the opening game to 17. Hour and 19 minutes before winning through 21-16 in the deciding game. 5 finals this year from 11 tournaments for the Japanese pair. And here, as I say, the left-handed Chang Ye-na, 24 years of age from Seoul, and Kim So-young, 22. So both partnerships, a 24-year-old and a 22-year-old. Currently number 6 in the world ranking, gone down 2 places in the Destination Dubai list, down to number 8. But they've played all 8 Super Series tournaments up to now, as indeed have their opponents. And you can see from their first 2 matches, no trouble to get through to this quarter-final stage. Well, this is the third meeting between these two pairs, and of the previous two, honours are shared, but the last meeting was in the semi-final of the Japan Open, which, as I was telling you, Matsutomo and Takahashi went on to win. And that was their first Super Series title when appearing in their 5th Super Series final. So Scandinavian court officials for this one. Of course, when they were beaten in the Asian Games final, they were the #1 seeds, Matsutomo and Takahashi, but lost out to Gracia Poli and Meswari from Indonesia. Heidi Narot from Denmark, our umpire, announcing the players.
Kim So-young to serve, Ayaka, Takahashi, Lolo, play. Service over, 1 love.
Oh, that was going wide, wasn't it? Oh, there's a challenge already.
That's early.
Very early.
Korea challenge.
Well, it was obviously called in. They thought it was out. Good challenge. My goodness me, that is a whisker.
That was close. Good challenge.
Very good challenge.
Service over, 1-0.
Well, I seemed absolutely sure that the challenge was necessary, and they've been proved right. But I don't think when it's as close as that I would have had the courage to do that so early on in the match. I would have liked to save my challenges for a crucial moment.
Yeah, but maybe that crucial moment is never coming.
Yes. During the women's singles, Morton, we were talking about Sang Ji-hyun, the number of tournaments she was playing on the world tour in the last 12 months.
And that was 21.
21. This Korean women's doubles pair, 21 tournaments. Individual and team, of course. Team are included in that. And as far as this Korean women's doubles pair is concerned, 3 semi-finals, 5 quarterfinals, 3 last 16 and 3 first-round losses. And I'm sort of wondering in my own mind, because, I mean, they have been very highly ranked. They've been as high as 4. They're currently number 6 in the world ranking. And it seems to me as if they're consistently good, but not outstanding.
Yeah, not good enough.
And it's almost the same scenario that we discussed in the women's singles, that they need to take time out to improve certain aspects of their game to make that step up from being real challengers and contenders to being champions.
Yes, I agree with you on that. I'm actually a big fan of Chang, because I think the left-hander serving now. I think she plays very creative badminton.
Service over, 4-3.
Do you know what's happened to her former partner?
No.
Haiwan? No. With whom she won the silver medal at last year's World Championships. I know there was injury problems, but just seems to have disappeared off the scene. And
Service over.
I was saying just now, I mean, I do hope she's all right and that's able to make the comeback, or, you know, maybe the injury problems are so serious she's going to be out for a while. We'll try and get an update on that for you.
Service over, 5-4.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, she's stepping well into it there. She's also, when she's smashing with good angles. It's not only smashing to try to smash for power and not placement. I think she smashes quite well and go for placement as well.
Are you bleeding?
Oh, she says she's all right. That's good news.
5-0.
I was just going to say, that's going wide.
6-5.
Oh, just wide.
Service over, 6.
I like the technique on that backhand, though.
Yes, good play. But she used to be a former singles player, didn't she?
She did. She got a silver medal at the 2010 World Junior Championships.
Yes.
You were there, I think, in
Yeah.
Guadalajara.
Yes, in Mexico.
Service over, 7-6.
Denmark lost out to Japan on, I think, the 5 to 6 position. That's the highest the Danish team has ever been in junior badminton. So that was a very good performance that year. And Victor Axelsen won the men's singles.
Age 16.
Age 16, yes.
8.
So we were mighty proud when we got back home.
So you should be.
And we actually got a bronze in the women's doubles as well.
Go on, name them.
Line Kersfeldt and Sandra Maria Jensen.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they're both doing very well now on the singles.
They are.
Yeah.
Service over, 7-8.
Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, good pace. Oh, it's almost a clear, another smash.
Oh, my goodness, indecision. I didn't like the way that
She
Kim
was-
So-young turned round.
She did.
I've done that before. I did it once, never again.
Never do it.
I was 4 days in hospital afterwards. Wasn't allowed to move from my hospital bed.
Yeah. Because of
Shuttle in the eye.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Service over. 9-0.
You know, we've only once had a 2-point deficit between these two pairs.
I was just thinking, you know, this is going to go all the way.
Maybe here we'll get our 30-29.
3 times. 3 times. That was really, really good interception there.
10-9.
Yeah, forcing the left-hander to switch defensive play.
Yeah, from Takahashi, and then very nicely kneed, put away by Matsutomo. But the problem in, you know, inverted commas, but the problem in this women's doubles is that the attack from both pairs is not strong enough. And the reason why it's not strong enough is that they play no angles. You know, if you haven't got the absolute power to penetrate, you have to find angles to surprise your opponent, but they don't play angles, so it's so easy to defend. And that's why we will have a match that will go on for a long time here.
Yeah.
드라이브 칠 필요 없어. 그냥 올려줘도 상관은 없어. 그 때리면 좌우로 틀어져 좌우로. 제가 한쪽을 많이 본단 말이야, 작은 애가. 그런 거에 대한 대비를. 어? 내가 들어가면서 저희 수비할 때 전진 수비. 수영이도 전진 수비.
Can I add to that, Morten?
Yes, you may.
It bothers me a little bit, apart from the women's doubles players on court at the moment not using the angles, as you've said, but we've just seen a spectacular men's doubles where it was all about involving the player at the net. How many winners did we see from the back of the court? Very few. They set it up and they worked for the opportunity at the front. And I don't see enough commitment at trying to really make a difference at the front of the court and really intercept. So yes, the angles, but I want to see more movement of the front court player, more intensity, more hunting the shuttle at the front of the court.
I couldn't agree with you more, but again, I have to add, if there's not enough pressure
Yes.
from the baseline, you can jump as much as you want up
Yep.
front.
Yep. No, I appreciate that.
There have to be chances created either by power or by angles. And if you don't have the outright power, okay, you've got to create the angles.
Service over. 10, 12. Chang. Chang. Play.
See, I think it was a very fine example here. Matsutomo actually had a chance. She was following up on that one, but look at the smash she played towards the center of the court, into the forehand of the lefty. And she could have kept it down the line and kept the pressure on that opponent and follow up and really hit very hard and try to penetrate down the line. But she did not. She chose to go safe in the center, straight into the forehand side, and it was just flicked away.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the first
there we
one.
go.
That's the first one. That's the second one.
They're listening to you.
We have a mic on the court. But, you know, that's if I was the coach and I have players who can play as well as these players can play, you have to add on to it.
Yes.
And then say, okay, what do we need to add on to it? We need to add a decent, good attack onto it.
Service over. 14, 11.
Total confusion between the two Koreans. Well, a 4-point difference now between the two pairs. And they're way off balance. Hanging up. And a little bit of a dispute as to whether the shuttle should be changed or not. Yeah, it's a nice smash.
Service over. 17, 12.
Well, this appears to be the decisive move in this opening game. So 2 points away now from the opening game.
19-12.
Oh, super defensive shot from Ayaka Takahashi.
20, game time 12.
Look at that, saw the gap. Wonderful. Eight game point opportunities. Only needed the one. 21-12.
First game won by Matsutomo, Ayaka Tyson, 21-12.
No, fairly extraordinary. It was so close for so long.
Yeah, we talked about 29. And suddenly it was 21-12.
It will not happen.
It will not.
우리가 볼치를 갔는데 공격적으로 갔는데도 역습을 당한 이유는 볼을 완전히 따라가지 않고 있기 때문에 그래. 이렇게 따라간단 말이야. 한 발만 더 가서 가야 되는데. 그리고 편하게 그냥 스트로크 게임 한다고 그래. 그 스트로크로 우리가 해도 되거든. 근데 스트로크를 안고 우리가 공격으로 막 서둘릴 필요는 없어 지금. 쟤네들이 우리보다는 그게 지금 좋단 말이야 앞처리가. 그러니까 거기를 맞춰주지 않는 상태에서 스트로크 게임을 한다고 생각으로 편하게 한번 해봐. 어? 볼만 여기서 치는 게 아니라 조금만 더 들어가면서 치고 뒤에 가서 스매시 뗄 때 한 번 때려주고 찍어치고 때려줘야 되는데 퉁퉁 하면 안 돼 이건. 그냥 상대편의 준비 자세가 어떻게 됐는지 나오잖아 금방. 그러니까 역습을 자꾸 해야 되는데 한 가지만 하려고 그러지 말고 어? 수비할 때 앉아서 하는 것보다는 이렇게 좌우로 틀고 여자애가 작은 애가 앞으로 들어왔을 때 어떻게 돼? 좌우로 틀어주라고 했잖아. 지금 초반에는 그게 틀어졌거든. 근데 지금 나중에 이제 네가 붙여버리잖아. 붙인 게 맞는 거거든. 편하게 너무 잘 필요 없어. 어? 스트로크 게임인다 하고 이렇게 돌아가면서 좀 해봐. 그렇지? 충분히 할 수 있어. 괜찮아. 지금 잘하고 있으니까 조금만 풀면 돼. 고비만.
Kim, are you receiving? Card 1, 20 seconds. Card 1, 20 seconds. Second game. Level. Play.
So the number 3 seeds, Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi, having secured that opening game, seemed to just run away with it in the end, 21-12, but 22 minutes. Shows how close it was at the start of the opening game. Yeah, it's good judgment, it's gone long.
2, love.
That's well played.
Yeah.
Found a nice angle there, Takahashi.
2, 3.
But that's the kind of shots I'm looking for.
Yes.
I am looking. How are you going to open up the defense? That's what I'm looking at. And we see very few shots, but this was one of the good ones.
Chang.
Well, I couldn't really hear that, Morton, could you? Was she saying, look, was she saying don't interfere with the shuttle, or was she saying don't ask to change it? I can see it's all right. I'm not quite sure.
It's about the shuttle.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know if that's a rule. I'm a little bit on dicey grounds here, because I think she said that, you know, don't try to change it all the time when the other ones are serving. Like, they have a first right of refusal, you know, can they change it or not?
It's not a rule, but I can tell you that it is a definite directive to umpires, in that if the player who's receiving is asking to change the shuttle and the player who's serving is quite happy with it, then
it will not be changed.
It is sometimes, but it's more unlikely.
Okay. So there's something on those lines.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So my knowledge in badminton just increased a little bit here. Thank you very much.
Oh, the luck of the net cord. Now, you see, the interesting thing to me, Morton, going up on that pointer about the shuttles. Now, because the players know about the directive, if there was really something wrong with the shuttle, when the Koreans had the service back there, they would have said, I want to change it.
But they didn't.
But they didn't.
No.
And that's why it's good umpiring, because it is perceived that they want to change the shuttle because they've just lost the rally, or they've lost a couple
want to disrupt the rhythm or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's good. That was good by Chang. That's it.
Yeah,
And that's what you were talking about.
exactly.
5.
Hunting it.
And once you intercept at the net, that refusal to let it go until you've won the rally.
Service over.
You see, you talked about the smashing down the centre of the court, and it's too safe, it's too basic. But to me, the whole idea of smashing down the centre is to narrow the angle of reply and get your net player involved. So if you're going to do that, why isn't the net player more lively and looking for the shuttle? Yes, it's perhaps more difficult because, you know, that is the standard set play. So, of course, your opponents are looking for that defensive shot, and, you know, it's perhaps easier to actually play the defence. But, you know, the two things combined, the lack of pressure in the first place because of the angles and the lack of really hunting that shuttle at the front, means that women's doubles now, we have these long rallies, and it's not the explosive dynamic play that we see in some of the other disciplines. Well, some of the other disciplines, all the other disciplines.
Yeah, I buy the arguments, but then I'll let you in on a little one here.
Service over.
How many times when you see this women's doubles play, how many times do you see they block it?
Hardly ever.
Never. So when they have the player at the front, she is so often based just on the tee, or let's say,
Yeah,
you know, a foot behind it.
yeah,
But they have to get 2 meters behind that
exactly.
in order to intercept, because the block shot is never coming, but they're standing too close, so they can't intercept even the bad ones.
Exactly. Exactly. And this is why I want to see more movement. And I feel that the front court player is too static. They've got to move off the shuttle. And when their opponent is pushed to the back of the court and their partner is pushed to the back of the court and they're presumably going to hit a smash, the front court player needs to be those 2 meters back from the front service line. And as your partner is hitting, looking to move forward.
Yep.
We don't see that movement off the shuttle.
Service over. 8-all.
It's just long.
Yeah, but it was a good flick serve.
9-8. Service over. 9-all.
It got what it deserved, but she was lucky it got over. That was good follow-up. Kim was lucky to get that one over.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, in court number 3, Chang and YONEX has retired from the tournament due to an injury. Chang and Badminton wins and goes through and into the semi-finals tomorrow.
That was a good angle.
Service over.
Yeah, the backhand there from
Yes.
Matsutomo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that too.
this one coming here.
But what happened first? There was a block defence.
Yeah.
See, why do, it works for them. Why don't they do that more often?
The other one is just so much safer.
Yeah.
Service over. 11-10. Interval.
So to the mid-game interval, just 1 point in it. And in contrast to the opening game, here in the second game, the advantage is with the Korean pair.
위치를 가운데서 잡으려면 말고 하나 넣으면 네가 자리를 먼저 잡고 있어야지 언니가 뒤에서 커버가 된다면 보고 있으니까. 지금처럼 공격 올라오면은 얘들은 똑같은 몸쪽으로 하는 것보단 자꾸 힘들어져. 앞에 한번 당겨놨다가 좌우 아니 위아래 그래야지 안 올라온단 말이야. 얘나도 공격하잖아. 얘들 수비가 몸쪽으로 때리는 게 좋단 말이야. 근데 그거를 자꾸 힘들어져가지고 하나씩 좌우 딱 위아래 못나지 공격하자.
Japan. Thank you. Play. Service over. 11-12.
Now you see, now that's interesting to me. The Japanese coaches there, 2 Japanese coaches, appeared to be indicating to me, if I've interpreted it correctly, lift that defence.
Yeah, I think so too. And then we're back to square one, aren't we?
Yeah,
Here we're sitting advocating something else.
yeah. Well, this time the umpire agrees with the Koreans, even though the Japanese pair didn't want the shuttle changed. Yeah, it's nicely done.
13-0.
You know, this Korean pair, I can remember when they first started playing together, which was about the middle of last year. And I thought, you know, what potential they'd got. They won a title last year, the Korean Grand Prix Gold event. And then I've already talked about their mixed bag of results so far this year. The last tournament they played prior to this, the Asian Games, they lost, even though they were the number 4 seeds in the round of last 16, which was their first match because they had a bye in the first round, to Wang Rong and Zhang Jibo from Macau.
Okay.
And that, to me,
That's
just
news to me. Yeah.
that sums up that, you know, I look at them as players. One of them on court has been in a World Championship final. And no disrespect to the pair from Macau, because they're both players who have actually come from China mainland. And I've watched them before, I've commentated on them before, and they're actually very, very good.
They are
but they haven't been playing regularly on the world tour, the Macau pair. And, you know, and I look at this Korean pair and I'm saying to myself, why aren't they more consistent? You know, yeah, 3 semi-finals, 5 quarterfinals sounds pretty good, but when you add into the mix 6 first or second round losses, then it doesn't sound so good, does it?
No, I agree with you.
15-14.
I'm not convinced in my own mind that this is a Korean pair that we will see
In the future.
in the future, especially in the
Olympic year.
Olympic year. Exactly. That's nice.
Play. Service over. 16-15.
Forgot she was a lefty.
Yes.
16 all.
But there was a good pressure on that return of serve.
Yeah.
And that makes a difference as well.
Do you know, I thought that was going out.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was going out too. Yeah, she's smiling, Matsutomo. She's happy the opponent is so fast.
Lucky, lucky.
Kim.
Well, is this the decisive move from the Japanese pair there? Once again, the Koreans asking to change the shuttle. Oh, my goodness. Such a loose serve, and she just lifted it.
Yep. That was interesting. Under normal circumstances, the player from behind would go forward and kill that one. But I'm sure they have an understanding that Takahashi is a better hitter. So even though she was standing at the front, she moved back and took that one.
Yeah. Well, 19-16. 3 straight points, and now just 2 points needed to book their place in the semi-final tomorrow, the number 3 seeds from Japan. Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah, that was
From
good
Kim.
play. Yeah,
17,
good play.
19.
Good positive play. Get up there early. And not only that, she was not threatening.
Yes.
Going wide. Yep.
Closing down the gap.
19.
Just 1 point in it. Short. Yeah. Real hesitation between the two Japanese players just
Big
there.
time, big time.
Yeah. Yeah, they got away with it. And now they've earned themselves 2 match point opportunities. It's gone long. First time of asking. And the 2012 beaten finalists here at the Denmark Open, Matsutomo and Takahashi, coming through this tough quarter-final against the number 7 seeds, Chang and Kim So-young. Umpire confirms the score, 21-12, 21-18, 47 minutes. And they're through to the semi-final, where they will meet their teammates, Rekakakiwa and Mayuki Maeda, because the Japanese pair have put out last year's champions, Bao Yi-sin and Tang Jinghua,
Quite convincingly.
yeah, in the other quarter-final in the top half of the draw. There's the confirmation that Matsutomo and Takahashi are through to the semi-final. 21-12, 21-18. So 4 of our 5 quarterfinals have been completed. 2 of the previous 4 having gone the full distance, and 2, as you can see, in 2 straight games. But my goodness me, what hard contested quarterfinals we've had today. Well, the last of our quarterfinals and the last match on in the stadium here is men's singles, and it features the former champion Jan Jorgensen of Denmark up against Kashyap Parupalli. Kashyap, of course, gold medalist from the recent Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Jan Jorgensen, the gold medalist from the European Championships earlier this year. Well, I will be intrigued to see Jan Jorgensen because, of course, this will be the